Great people, welcome once again. My name is Nehemiah, and today I'm going to walk you through the updates we have made on the church management system. Now, for those who are watching for the first time, so this is a complete church management system with a complete membership management, attendance management, programs management, church programs management, that is, finances management, income, expenditure, financial reports. And also we have the assets management and many other things that I'm going to also walk you through, including some updates we have made from the previous version. So I'm going to walk you through the features we have here. The domain to it is churchq.org. So go to your browser and then search for churchq.org. But then I'm going to demonstrate on how the system works using the development environment. So I'm going to use the development environment and I'm going to use a new browser. So the first thing that you want to do, first of all, at your free time, you can go through the about, and also these are general features so that you can get some basic understanding on what the system is all about. But then if you're watching the video, then I'm going to just demonstrate everything here. You don't even need to go to the about. So a new person will click on the register, and then here you will be providing the username. Now here I'm going to use Wekesa, it's also my name. And then a first name I can use, for example, let me use something else, for example, James Smith. And then the email address, you make sure that you're using a correct email address, because all the notification regarding the system will be sent there. So if you provide an email that is not correct, then you will miss a lot. So here you will provide an email. So I can say, for example, talk to Wekesa, this is my other email. And then you click on the next, then here will be providing the password. And then here you will repeat also the same password. Now make sure that you're using the correct or a strong password that has all this, to make sure that it's much more secured. And then also here you will provide your phone number. This is my phone number. But if you you have any question or you want some clarification, you can always reach out through this number. I'm also including it on the lower third. You'll be able to see my number there. Then you click here on the create an account. Now once you create an account, then the next thing here, you register. Okay, like you log in, or like once you create an account, then you will need to log in with the same details. Now the username that you provided, the username or email that you provided, you'll use it here. And then you can click here on the sign in. You can click here on the sign in. So you will not have much information unless you request a church. So this is just like a portal where someone can just get there and see some basic things. Like unless you request a church, you will not see additional feature. So these are the default feature. Like for example, the affiliate management, affiliate program, where you can be able to enroll to affiliate program, such that when you invite someone and then they enroll to the system, and then they subscribe, or maybe they subscribe to any of the church, okay, like any of the subscription, then I will be getting the which percent, let me see, you will be getting the commission. You'll be getting 33.33%. So this is the amount that I will be getting once that person enroll to the system and also subscribe to any of the package. And also you can refer people. Also, like this is the link you will be getting to refer people. Now I'm using it on the development, but then on the production you'll be able to see the domain here with the link, like the people will be using it to enroll. So you want to make sure that they're using the code or this link, so that we can be able to track that subscription. So make sure that you're using the code, otherwise you will not be able to know that this is a referral you had made. So this code is very unique for every person, so that we can be able to track your referrals. And then once it reaches the threshold, then you'll be able to withdraw if you wish to receive the money, or maybe if you want to have it as a coupon for your next subscription so that you don't pay for it, then you can still use it. And then also for the profile management, where you can update your profile details and all that. But then I'm going to go straight on the requesting the church. So now this time we have removed the option to join the existing church because of the privacy concern. Most of you raised the privacy issues, like for example, if you can list, for example, the churches there so that a new person or maybe a new member wants to enroll to your church, perhaps to assist you on matters or operations on the system, and then it's not going to be very convenient to list your church there publicly so that they can enroll. What we did here is that so you'll be creating the church. Then once you create the church, then within your portal you'll be able to directly add a member instead of like listing that church so that people can enroll to it. So that's a privacy concern that we also addressed from your from the concerns you raised. So you click on the request a church, and then also we remove that section for the branch where you are trying to provide the branch. Basically, most of the churches have different branches. Like we can have the same church name like a ABC, and then there's a ABC in Nairobi, then there's ABC in Uganda, Kampala, Tanzania, United States, or wherever it is. So let me just call it test church. Then here you'll provide the email, the email address, and then of course you can select the country. If it's not listed here, you can add here a new one, and then you can provide the reason for creating the church, just to manage a church or operation or something like that. Now this one is going to create automatically, but then just for record purposes, you write here, but then we are not sticking to it. Then you click here on the submit. So when you click here on the submit, it's going to take some time because it's going to create for you the church and also update some subscription status and also send some other notifications. So there's some atomic transaction, and then once it creates, then you will need to log out so that you'll be able to see additional features on your portal. So you will need to log out first. You'll need to log out first, and then when you log in, then you'll be able to see new features that have been added here to the system. You'll be able to see the new feature. So I'm going to log out. So you click here, then there's this option to log out. Now once you log out, let's try again to log in. Log in, and then so you can see now you have more features. We have many features here, including the church management. We are going to go through each and every feature here, but then on the church you can see like we have the church dashboard, the church details, where you can even update the church details, the church members, the church events, event attendance, the leadership role, creating the system using the event. For example, you want someone to assist you, maybe is you want to give them a role path to help you on adding the members or things like that. Then we also have the marketing in the event. For example, you want us to market you publicly here, then you can use that feature. And then we have the finance management, assets management, the subscription management, then affiliate program. We have already talked about it, and the profile. So let's begin with the church here. First of all, we have this dashboard. So this dashboard, like at the moment, there's nothing here at all. So there's nothing to show here. But then also the church details. Then, for example, you wanted to update the church, you can always do it here. You can update the church details, and also, for example, if you wanted to include the branch, you can always include the branch here. So and then the members. Now on the church members, this one is much more simplified now because it allows you to add a single and individual member, like this member. Then we can add also the date that that person was logged in or maybe added in the system. So And then you can also select the category of this person, which group does he or she belong. Either is a single person, married, widower, youth, a child, or maybe an elderly. And then also the position, maybe you are a pastor. And then now we have some churches that have the home cell fellowship for follow-up or maybe accountability groups. So in the event, for example, you have some home cell fellowship, then you can add there, perhaps we say central fellowship. Remember, it's optional. Fellowship. And then this is just some testing. And then this fellowship will be occurring maybe on Wednesdays at around maybe, let's say, 2 p.m. 2 should be no 2 should be which time in 24 hour time? I think 14, yeah, 14:00 or 0, yeah. And then meeting address you can provide where maybe just maybe at some place, I'm not sure, just leave it. You can provide the accurate details, then you create. Then here you will be able to select the this member to be an active member, which means that is active. Then you can add member. And then, so in the event, for example, you have many members that are already in an Excel file, then there's that option where you can be able to import a bulk, like you can add in several of them. So you'll first of all need to have the template so that when you upload, it will match with the data structure that the system expects. So you make sure that you're using this template. When you open it, you'll be able to see the fields that are there, and we have the sample data. Let me just expand it so that I can see. So these are the details that you'll need to provide: the name, email address, which are also optional, the phone number, the category, the designation, the date joined, and all that. So you'll provide all these details that you have maybe in your church. Then once you have them, then you click here to import them. Like once you have filled it, then you will click here, and then you will select now that the Excel file that you have updated. You will select them, then you will import. Now when you import, it's going to ask you if those people you're trying to import belong to a particular fellowship. Now if there's no home cell fellowship, then you can leave it. Now say home cell fellowship, then you click here on import members. Then you can see now the members have been imported. And then once the member have been imported, then for example, if you have an event, let's say it is Sunday service, you want to mark the attendance when people come in. And basically you just be coming here on the church events, and then you can add in the event. Maybe you can say Sunday Holy Communion service, and then you can say this is just a Sunday service, and then you can specify the date and then the time and the description. Then you click here on create the event. So once you have the event, then you can be able to mark attendance by clicking here, event attendance, or just click here. Once you click here, it's going to prompt you to add those members that you have just imported. So you're going to add them, and then once you add them, then you can be able to mark attendance. So like for example, you can mark a member present or absent. Like for example, NEHMTECH, if you want to make them present, then you're going to click on it, then it's going to update to present. And then this other one is like for example, this member is a first time member. For example, if this member is a first time member, you can add this is a first time member. This is a first time member, like that. So first time member, like is joining the church for the first time, or visiting you for the first time. And then so that's the attendance, and you can see we also have the stats, the total, the nini. Okay, where is it? The percent, the rate, like the attendance rate, is going to also show there. Yeah, so basically that's on the attendance management. And then also for the leadership role. Now, for example, if you added someone, you want to assist you want them to assist you. Okay, let me try to show you. Let me use this create system member. Then I'll provide here some other information. Let me use Cynthia. And then an email address, I'll use a different email address or trying to find another email. Okay, let me just use this one. Remember, it's going to track the username, which should be unique. And then let me provide now the password there. And then if you want them to belong on a fellowship, like to be a pastor on a particular cell fellowship, or maybe you can choose to leave it like that. Then you will click here on creating the system user. Okay, let me also save it here. So now by default they are going to be a member. You can see this. Okay, I don't know why I used the username Cynthia and the name is Nehemiah. Remember, these are different from the church members you are trying to add, because the members you are trying to add them directly, these are not system members. These are just members, including the kids who do not have the phone, or maybe the elderly people. These are people you are just trying to add on the system. But then now these are the user. This when you click here on create the system member, so these are the people who will be able to log into the system and be able to assist you perhaps to add the attendance or maybe add people to the system. So here you can be able to change their role. Maybe you want them to be a treasurer or a correspondent or maybe an admin, a local admin. So you can give them any role, and then the local admin will be able to access everything. And then so now once you have it that way, then of course, like once you create a new system user, that's why now you can be able to assign them some role. Now if this person will be able to join to the system, then they'll have the same permissions, or maybe you will be able to access the features that you also do. Now remember, if you give them some other roles, they will be restricted to some other features. So let me try to log in. I think I remember the password. Let me log out. And then I'm going to use it was Cynthia, in fact it's here. I will need to let me log in. Yeah, so now you can see this person Cynthia now has access to all the features that are there, like similar to your access, because you gave her the role for the local admin data you also have. So when you go to the church dashboard, now you'll be able to see now your statistics or maybe your charts are now updating well. This is very cool. So I believe on the church management things are quite easy and nice. There's a good interface. Remember, these are only visible by you. You are the admin for just your church. Just to manage your church management is like a completely private. And then our marketing, I'll not talk about it now. The next tab that I'm going to talk about, remember the role for the local admin is similar to this one. I've just switched to another account, but the role is still the local admin. So here on the programs, in the event, for example, in your church you have some weekly program. Let's say Monday you have some prayer session, Tuesday you are visiting the sick, Wednesday you are trying to do something else. Then you can list all the programs here, so that you will know the itineraries that I will be having, maybe within a week or maybe within a month or within a year. So here you will be able to provide here the details about the program. Let's say prayer session. This some description, just test description about that prayer. You can provide some more details, and then here will be selecting the category. If it doesn't exist, you click here on create a new one. Let's just call it prayer, and then you can provide some description. You can give it a color, perhaps. Let me use this one for prayer. For prayer, I think it can be blue, something like that. Then the status for this, and you can make it maybe that is scheduled or it is completed or whatever. So this one is scheduled. Then is it a one-time or a recurring? So if it is a recurring, you can select, for example, something like now weekly. I can say, for example, weekly. Then you will provide the start date. Maybe you say today, and then the end date you can give it optional. Okay, like you can give it, or it's optional to continue to infinity. And then you can also specify the time. And then you say this one, it will be repeating at what time, maybe on Mondays. Then at the next step, we will provide now your additional information, the contact person about this program. Let's say there's someone wants to join the prayers, then there's the person they will be contacting, and the contact person, contact phone number, and the email. Then the expected attendance at let's say 2,000 people. But then if this prayer needs a budget, like the for accommodation and other things, you can always have that a budget, which is optional. Let's say this one requires this amount of money. Then is this a program featured? For example, if it's featured, then you'll be able to check this one. Like you want it to be like a prime program, and then you can review it, and then I can click here on create the program. Then you'll be able to see the program here. Also, it will be visible on the calendar. You can see it's visible on calendar. Then when you click it, you can find more details about the program. Yeah, so this is on the program, just to help you know what will be happening maybe on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sometimes you can even forget. So the system is going to have all those features for you for ease of access, and also tracking the program. And then now the next feature here, it is the finance management, where you can be able to track the income expenditure. So first of all, this finance dashboard. Now at the moment there's no transaction that have been not really transaction, but then there are no records that have been updated here. So it's going to default to 00. But then let's say there's an income of remember we have different sources of income in churches. So you click here on the new income, then of course church is going to use yours by default. Then the category here should be income. Now maybe the income is maybe the tithe, or maybe regular offering, or maybe any other type of income. Then you can list the amount. Remember, this is just for your personal tracking. Like no one is will ask you about anything like this, just for management, of your finances. Just at your personal level, it is just within your portal. Let's say the income was about, let's say 2 million. Then the date that I was you had the money, then the type of method. For example, you received on cash or in M-Pesa, bank transfer, check, or any other option. So for example, if it's M-Pesa, you can even provide some transaction ID for future references. So I'll provide here my transaction. Okay, like sample transaction there, it's optional. Some additional comments if you wish. And then you can see now it's going to update here to 2 million. Now, once you have this income, remember you can add in as many income as you can. For example, let's say you also have another one, which is just Thanksgiving, and then the amounts you received was about this amount of money, maybe 30 million. And then also you will provide now some transaction ID, and then you save also. Now it has updated to this new amount. So Thanksgiving, it is 30 million, that is 2 million. So now it's updating, and the total income also. So once you have the total income, then expenses, it is in sync with the income. Like you cannot use the expense that exceed what the income. So like they are totally in sync. So on the expense, it's going to show you the income is your budget, available budget. So on your budget, that's where now your expenses should be using. It should be like they are totally in sync. So here I'm going to select, for example, this just expenditure. Then let's say 2 million. 2 million, is that 2 million? 2 million. Then maybe this was to build in the other branch church. branch or whatever, the branch details, and then you can provide the receipt number if you have, then some additional notes which is also totally optional. Then you can save here the expenditure, and then now you will approve. Okay, like at the moment you are the local admin, but then you can have someone who will be approving those expenditure, like to know if it's true. So if you approve, then it's going to be okay, like at the status here it will be approved, which means that that was used correctly, or maybe it's approved just for your personal management. And then so now when you go back to the dashboard, you'll be able to see that, and the new charts have been updated. And then let's go to the financial report. You can be able to even generate the financial reports. For example, this is a monthly report, and I want to use maybe from the last month. Month we select here, September, like that, and then end date, maybe I can say today, and that's one full month. And then I can provide some additional. Now remember, you can switch from monthly to quarterly, annual, or custom. Then you select here on generate report. Now once you click on the generate report, when you view here, then I will be able to see the income versus expenditure, income versus the expenses. Is going to track everything here, so you have the charts very well. Yeah, so this is it, and then you're able to see these stats there. The dashboard, we had talked about it earlier, so you can be able to see when the charts have been updated here. So this is on the finance. Then we also have the assets management. The assets management where you can now list the assets. Like sometimes you have some things that you can't even estimate the net worth, or maybe you don't track like things. Even if they lost, you are not able to know if something is lost, or or has been damaged or something like that. So this asset management is going to help you on that. So you can list your asset that you have in your church. Maybe you have the speakers, keyboard, I have even the land, the parcel of land, you have the building, you can estimate its worth and everything, so that you can easily manage them. So here you can click here on the add asset. Then maybe let's say microphone, for instance. Then at the category, it is either fixed or movable, because we have something like for example, land is just a fixed asset, but then a movable. A microphone is a movable. Then the number of pieces, maybe here is just one. Then the condition, is it a new or maybe used? Maybe you can say new, or whatever other status you wish. Then is this microphone available? Yes, it's still available. Or maybe someone has borrowed, you have assisted someone else. And then here the date it was purchased, maybe it was yesterday or maybe today. Then at the cost, let's say it is 30,000. The purchase cost, current value, if it was purchased yesterday, maybe it has not even depreciated so much, so I can even say the same amount. Now you make sure that they are totally like at the current. Okay, yeah, basically even the current value can even, like for example, if it's an asset that appreciates like a land, then the current value can exceed what the purchase cost. Then a location, where is that item located currently? Does it have a warrant? Maybe it has a warrant up to that first or something like that. Then we have some description. Let me just say test description. Then some notes, and then now it will be listed here. It will be listed there, and then you can view details about the assets, but then this one is almost showing everything there. So once you have it there, like you can list as many as you can. And then now here in the next one, you can have the asset as assignment. Like for example, those people you will be adding in the system, maybe you can assign them to, you can add them just to manage their asset. For example, if someone is in charge on the instrument, or a technical person to be in charge of the screen and microphones and all that, like you can add them through the process I had shown you earlier to add a member. Then you can assign them a new asset to manage them. So here it is. I'm going to say, for instance, maybe this person is the one that I'm trying to assign the asset, and then which is the asset you want to assign? This one. Maybe the purchase, the purpose of the purchase, maybe let's say to maintain and manage it, or something like that. Any good description there. You can provide some additional notes, and then when did you assign the person? Maybe today. Then you'll be able to click now the assignment. So this is the person you'll be, like, in case something happens to it, then you have someone who is accountable to it, or maybe to explain it. So this one is much easier. Then for example, if there's a maintenance taking place on that asset, then you'll click here on the maintenance. Then you'll be selecting now the asset you had made, like you're trying to do some maintenance. Then the maintenance type, maybe it is preventative, maybe, let's say preventative. Then which user was assigned there? Maybe this person. And then maybe the amount for the maintenance. Maybe you just want to do the cover for that microphone, or maybe just some upgrades, or maybe batteries. You want to add the batteries. So let's say you can say, for example, the amount here it is, let's say 500. And then the description, maybe let's say the microphone battery purchase, or something like that. Let me say purchase. And then the next maintenance date, if you want to maintain it in the future, maybe you can just estimate this. So it's not a mandatory, it's optional. Then now you can create here the maintenance. So you can be able to schedule. For example, if the maintenance is completed, then you can update here the maintenance has been completed, and the new status, of the asset, maybe you can say it's now good. Maybe previously it wasn't, it was poor. You can even update it now. So everything is working well on the asset management. And there are many other features that I will be adding, but then I want to show you how to subscribe. Now remember, subscription is as low as 350 per month. Remember, this by charge, not per person that will be adding. Like at the moment we have the Cynthia here. Then there was another user who was there was another user as well on the same account. So basically, these are, when you subscribe that 350 Kenya shilling, it is going to stand for this entire church. Even if you'll have as many admins as you can, it will still be covering everything. So from as low as 350 per month, then it will be good to use this as system. Now remember, you have the free trial, which is 3 days, and of course 3 days, even 1 second, if 1 second is detected, then it will be reading 2 point something. So that's why it's reading here 2. We are rounding down. So you can always click here on the subscription, then you can click here on the upgrade, or maybe you can click here on the upgrade, or maybe you can just click here on the subscription. Then you can go to the plans, and then you are going to subscribe. Now here you can select here on the change plan. At the moment you are on the free trial, which is 3 days, but then I want to use a monthly. Now I'm having 1 bob and 2 bob because I'm demonstrating, but then per month is 350 starter. Standard here it is 450, then a premium, which you have no limitation. This one is 550 Kenya shillings per month. This is around, let's say, $3? Very small amount of money. So let me use this one, the starter package here, and then I'll click on it. Then it's going to direct me to the checkout, and then now I will click here on the accept. Now you need to go through the terms and the privacy policy just to make sure that you have fully understood. Then you click here on the accept the terms and condition. Then you'll go to the next one. You make sure that you are filling this information. Then the billing information. Remember, this information I use just for the billing purposes. For the billing purposes, there's nothing extra that like your data is very much secure. This information is extremely for billing purposes. Now we have payments here, And something that we have added here, it is a pay stack, which allows card payment. So let me try to use this pay stack this time. So I'm going to select the pay stack, and then I'll provide the email there, then the phone number. Now when you click here, it's going to open the pay stack page, payment page. And then now this one allows you to pay with M-Pesa, Airtel Money, Till, and even the card. For the international people, there's an option for card here. There's an option for card, but let me use this phone number here. So when I add this phone number here and then I click on the pay, then it's going to prompt me to make a payment. Here. So let me just click. So when I enter the PIN, then it's going to redirect me here to the payment success. Is trying to verify the payment. Now you can see payment has been verified. And then when you go to when you go to the invoices, first of all it's going to update now the active, or maybe the remaining days. You can see now 29 days. Remember, it is 30 days, but then even if 1 second has been detected, then automatically it's reading from 29, like we are rounding down. So you can see now in the invoices, you're able to see the invoice, and then you can click on it, and then you can get more information about your billing information, the method, the payment receipt, and every other details you wish to know, like it's provided in the invoices for future reference. The payment details also, it's here, which is going to also show all the payment data, like the receipt number, the transaction ID from the pay stack, and then the invoice number, and then also the subscription details. This is the starter monthly. You can download the receipt. Let me see if I can do that. Let me see. Yeah, so you can see we have it here. So you can even download the receipt, and then the subscription details also, we have talked about it. So it's going to tell you 29 days remaining, and then 21 days remaining, and yeah, so like it will be good to go. In the event, for example, you wanted to upgrade, like for example, when you're shifting from a starter package to a monthly, like there's a proration here service, which can it will adjust like your previous days, and then it's going to add it to the previous the subsequent subscription. So for example, if I want to click here on the I want to upgrade to standard, then it's going to automatically calculate the number of days that you are remaining on the starter package. Then it's going to add to the new one that you're trying to upgrade to. So there's a proration service there, and then let me just okay, this time let me use M-Pesa, and then I'll provide here the phone number. Make sure that the phone number begins with the 254, and then I will click here on the pay. So this one, like instead of being 60 days, because the starter package has less features compared to the standard, so it will not be exactly 60. It will reduce some days because we are trying to move from the basics, the starter, to the standard. So there's a proration service there. I'm going to receive a prompt I have already received here on the phone. Okay, just a moment. Okay, like I've cancelled by mistake. Let me just I've cancelled it by mistake. Let me try again. Let me enter the then let me try to pay. Yeah, I'm going to enter my M-Pesa PIN, and then once I enter the PIN, then it's going to automatically, like first of all, it's going to update some other things behind the scenes, including the adding the number of days and also sending the email notification. Whether I told you that it's good to check on the emails, because like to use the correct emails, because they are going to send you notification to that email. So like for me, I can see the notification. I think I'm going to show you now. You can see when I move to the standard, then the day is not that it's like a no, like it's not just 30. We have included like your starter remaining days that was there. Then I will have calculated the amount that I was supposed to be paid on a single day. Then I will have calculated all the remaining days, and then I will have adjusted to include in this second to the upgraded package. Now, for example, if you wanted to downgrade to the starter, of course, the days will be even much more because we are coming from a bigger package to a smaller, and so the days will be more. So let me try to demonstrate that. Remember, you don't have to do this. Like I'm trying to demonstrate, like you'll be waiting until your subscription ends to subscribe to a new one. But then now for explanation, I'm just trying to do this just to explain what is happening on subscription, how subscription work. Let me say M-Pesa sale, and then now I'm trying to downgrade to starter package. So this one, the number of days will be even much more. Let me see. Let me enter the pin on my phone here. I can see the prompt. Remember, we also have PayPal, and the cards are available on the Paystack. The card payment is available on Paystack for the international users of the system. Yes. Now also remember, the notification is available, like you'll be able to see the notification on your email. I'm going to show you those notifications. That's why I said that when you're trying to create an account, make sure that you're using the correct details. So you can see now the days have been updated, So when you go to, and also the invoices, all the invoices will be generated here automatically. So when you go to your email, let me see this one. Then when you go to the email here, you'll be able to see all those notification. I can see these are the notifications that I've been receiving. For example, payment has been made, so you'll be receiving the email notification. These are the notifications that you'll be receiving. These are the notification if you cancel. Like last time I canceled by mistake, I'm able to see these notification. Then subscription activation. That's why it was somehow slow, because it was trying to send this notification and also update other things automatically. So these are the current features, and we are still updating other things. So guys, in case there's something that is not working well, or maybe there's a feature you feel like it could help many, you can always reach me through the number that is running down there, so that we can incorporate such a feature. And if you have any other suggestion, you can always reach out to me. And guys, thank you so much. Please subscribe on YouTube, follow me on TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. I will appreciate so much. Until next time, this is Nehemiah. Goodbye.